Now it is time to introduce the second speaker of this session, and his name is, I think, Petrit, sir. Are you there? Petrit, sir, are you there?
I think he's not there. He has not rejoined.
Okay. Okay. Then
You can invite the third one, the next. Oh,
yeah,
he's here. He is here.
he is here. I think I saw him. I saw him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. He's here.
Okay, sir. Are you ready? Petrit, sir. Okay. I think he's ready. Okay.
Yeah.
Now I'm inviting the second faculty speaker of this technical session 1.1. He is the respected engineer Petrit Imeraj. He is head of network Albanian Alps Alliance and Shkoder, Albania, and his idler participants, implementers, authors in a series of events such as local, national, or international conferences, workshops, seminars, roundtable meetings, which were focused on the protection and sustainable development of environment values in the area of Vuna rivers, uh, Shkoder and Northern Alps. He is also coordinators of projects, conferences, training, workshops at local as well as regional level. He is lecturer, professional guide for ecotourism and natural tourism in the most prestigious tourist guide of the planet. Competent in task sharing according to the capacity of each person for successful accomplishment of them, acquired in a different projects and support. Today, he will be speaking on diversity of ecosystems and landscapes in mountains. Sir, you have 30 minutes for your talk, please. And the floor is yours, sir. Most welcome, sir. Dr. Hasrat, you have to stop your presentation, please. I think your screen is there and you're still presenting.
Oh, hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, sir.
Yes, but sorry, but this does a little bit problem with it's connected, but it's in Albanian, but it's not so good. Very nice. It's for internet or something. Yes, but and first,
So just click this share screen button and you will be in position to share your screen, sir. Yeah, it's coming.
it's a share screen, yes, huh?
Yeah, just click here, sir, on presentation.
Okay.
Yeah, it's coming, but not visible. Yeah, it's coming, sir.
Yes.
Yes, coming. Yeah.
Back on board. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, but the diversity in ecosystem and landscape is the mountain, but you can will see in the some picture different place in area and the cross border between Albania and Montenegro in Kosovo. But you can see the different you can see some elements from tradition building, from some water, for road, for valley, for farming, for everything. You can see the 4 photos, but you see the important potential natural resources and important for to sustainable and development management the mountains and the ecosystems and landscape. You can will see the some is the this picture is the in the Jezersa is the mountains between and 3 in country in the West and the Balkans, but is high 693 meters. But you can see the beautiful passage in this photo. We see the important schemes in not only for is the ecosystem and development, but is important for tourism, important for sustainable development. You can see that this is the global challenge and local solution, but is important everywhere, and is important the mountains for good management is the collaboration with people and nature. But is important we can implement it a little bit the small project and a big effect. But I think so this picture is important to give a big message. Albanian country, but small country, but is important is a important position for geography and geology. You can see the sum about from how the place and the humans. You can will see in Albania, the small country, there's the mountains is the finish of the generic arc starting from Europe and the finish from the Balkans in Albanian Alps. Albanian is important the geographical position for to dominate about the mountains, but the mountains is an important place for development of the general development, but is important to gives the message to protection for biodiversity, to protection as good management for water, for geological, from geomonuments, from natural monuments, for important for people living there, because this is the mountains is the barometer for development for our country. It's have the different levels that for the mountains unit is Albanian Alps, center of the mountains, southern ranges, and Adriatic lowlands. You can will see in this is a map of my country. Yeah, you can see the Jezersa. Jezersa is you can see the small is the Albanian geologicals, and some geologicals, and some is from in the some evaluation maps about for you can will see that some places the Albanian is the border between in Montenegro and Kosovo, some Macedonia. But it's important that people can the border to cooperation together and to because the ecosystem need for good collaboration is not need for border. Is the biodiversity is the animals from animals from others in the insect, for example, for have a cross-border river or something, need for freedom, need for unit to management together for sustainable for future. You can see the beautiful picture of the Balkans Alps and exactly in Jezersa mountains, heights of mountains in the Albanian Alps in 2,692 meters. Albanian is a mountains is a lot of biodiversity. In Albanian have 3,200 species, but in mountains area have about 1,600 species, but much more 50% in the species. But this fact we have a fact about can be very important for to management and biodiversity, for forest, for flowers, for animals, for insects, for amphibians from other species and important species living in the mountains. But the species in the passage and the forest and ecosystem is important for sustainable economic development for local people living there. But is important the people, the rational, a good collaboration with nature, because is a landscape and the forest and all others elements for ecosystem are the important for sustainable development for mountains, and the three levels for to build for future for the cycle for economy in the valley, in the ecosystems and more. Can see the some in Aral for different species for animals. You can see, but is this place all area is the mountains, but is the lot of different animals living there. But is the links in the birds, in the others important animals living there, but important is not only for Albania, is important for nationals, for regionals, and global protection. This is the climate is important for the mountains. Is the mountains climate is important for the barometer for all country. This situation we are living in the change the climate is important now to good monitoring for climate evolution in the mountains. In the you can will see the sun is in the Alps area, the temperature and the some rain and others important elements we can monitoring for sustainable mountains development and for future. In the characteristic from this region is the Albanian Alps have interesting community living there. Different kind of tradition for customs, for life, but for you can will see the different photo have this different characteristic for it's a unit customs for others place. You can directly you can will see the people can living the mountains, but it's important for us together can do protection and tradition and protection nature. Important the people living there. People living important the people can living there, but we can good management the people can living there, but not people only for living there. Is the government in other institution, in other NGOs and others people is important for to help people living there, because it's not people for living, but is important for tradition, for culture, for memory, in mountains memory. Is I think now is very happy to information you about the two place is the Albanian Alps, and the border area is included in UNESCO, because for future is much more places need to protection for UNESCO in other international institution or organization, because is the mountains we can calling together for all people in the world. The mountains matter. Mountains matter is big and good and important message for us, for now and for future. Our NGOs and other people can for a long time can to promotion and to help people living there to development for tourism and ecotourism and alternative tourism, for science tourism, for now after in the COVID situation is that tourism for nature and tourism for adventure is important for all. And this slide you will see the sum about and the 5 photos. It's not 5 photos, it's 5 valley, 5 river, 5 is a small ecosystem, but is a 5 place is important for sustainable development for future. We have in our experience is can to lessons us about to is important that some objectives for future in for us is to protection the habitats. You can the Prophet Dr. Hasrat is others can do presentation about is important for the mountains is they have a lot of problem for water, for erosion, for fires, for landslide, for in others little bit problem for cutting trees, for environmental, for economic, social and cost, and very problem, but it's important that now can do good and sustainable management in the mountains area. And is but we for all us can need to is to prevent it for is the activity for to protect it and biodiversity and landscape for future to disaster management, improving the mountains area the management system, and the development very functional and sustainable use for social, economic, and ecotourism activities, for promoting scientific educational research, for promotion, communication, education, and awareness. But we can have on the world and us have important slogans, and every time can say the important of mountains. That now is the important moment. We can to talk and to meet together to management, sustainable management together in mountains area. For this message is important for us for Balkans country, because you can information about story with the Balkans. They have a lot of before the conflict story about the people together, but now we can, it's important to forget for us conflict, need to talk and to meet and to collaboration together for sustainable development management in natural resources, and special for mountains area. We can to realize it for different times. Our work to promote some is the materials for mountains, to writing some open book and book guide and maps and leaflet and others. but it's important for information, the public information and information for tourism, for people like want to go in there, for the government, for institution and others to can say together the mountains is matter. Mountains is matter. Mountains is important for us for now and for future. Thank you very much. And I open, you can question or something.
Yeah, thank you very much. The question will not take directly, and you all are requested, whosoever having any question, any query from the respected speaker. As Dr. Hasrat has posted already on the right side of this chat box, that you can put that question in separate group which has been created for this purpose, please. So as far as the chairperson address was concerned, he has rightly pointed out many facts about mountains, and he just justify why mountains matter. Undoubtedly, he is of the view in his country more than 70% area is full of hills and mountains, and which are of different heights. Some are of very low height and some are very extreme height. He has rightly pointed out that border cooperation is needed and it is a need of the hour. Otherwise, it will be very difficult to maintain the whole ecosystem in the mountains region. So he also asserted on the fact that in whole Albanian region, there are 3,300 species. But in mountain region, there are 1,500 species of plants, and which are more than, out of which more than 50% are Albanian local species. It is really great to know, sir. And those all 1,500 species are being affected because of many developmental activities of his government. It is really a matter of concern as far as the mountains are concerned. So he also asserted that there are 20 species of fauna which are surviving in very cold region. Cold region, I mean the cold region having the temperature between 5 to 20 degree centigrade. Then he also depicted some through his slides some this customs, dresses, and traditions which are being adopted by the people of this mountainous area, and these are being helped by the government as well as by the NGOs just to protect and just to keep them alive. It is really good to know, sir, that your government and NGO people are doing everything just to sustain, just to maintain the traditionality which the mountains people are having. Then these areas, mountainous area, are also being affected by different developmental activities. He asserted that there is a threat from tourism side, in tourism side, as well as the habitat is also being disturbed. There is a land erosion, and people are losing so many things, so many species, so many this good quality of land as well, and these are being threats by many of developmental activities. He beautifully pointed out some 5 pictures highlighting the 5 river valleys, different 5 ecosystems which are to be sustained, which are to be maintained for the coming generation. And he recommended that there should be disaster management system. If any disaster comes in future, that should be mitigated by just applying these systems. And scientific knowledge, he has asserted that need of the hour. Then advocacy for sustainable development in a collaborative manner, which is the need of the hour. And beautifully, it is being done by the president of this grassroots institute, Dr. Hasrat, and the promotion of scientific research and community education and awareness. These are the 3 major components he asserted beautifully that is the need of the hour. Then he lastly gave three the important word: meet, talk, and implement. It's really salute for this, sir. It is really good to know that you have given three important words: meet, talk, and implement. Definitely, I think this session, after this session, we will recommend Dr. Hasta just to implement these three elements. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir, for your enlightened talk. So now, after, sir, there is